Talk about a bad family vacation. Holy crap! So Snatched is a new film by director Jonathan Levine, the same guy who brought us 50-50 and Warm Bodies. And in Snatched, Amy Schumer plays a girl named Emily who's about to leave for her trip for Ecuador when a series of circumstances force her to bring her mother, played by Goldie Hawn, along with her. Only thing is, when they arrive, they get a little bit more than they bargained for, because a couple nights after landing, they have to escape from kidnappers because they've just been snatched. Going into this, I gotta admit, I was pretty excited. 50-50 and Warm Bodies both knocked it out of the park, but leaving the theater after seeing this, I was kind of lukewarm to cold about the entire thing. But let's start out with some positives. First of all, a little man by the name of Oscar J. Inada. Don't get me wrong, all of the supporting cast in this film did a great job, and I was dying laughing whenever they were on screen. But this guy was intense with the right amount of sarcasm, and I positively loved every second that he was on screen. I want to see more from this guy. Plus, the jokes and the humor in here, 50% of the time, they were well-timed, they were well-placed, and it was hysterical to see the situations on screen. But the other 50%? Yeah, not so much. And for the most part, I'm very sure that's because of how many tonal shifts that this film has. Snatched is marketed as a comedy, but if I'm gonna be honest, it felt more like a dramedy with more emphasis on the drama than it was the comedy. And that wouldn't be such an issue if there was a better pair of leading ladies that could make this subject material work. Look, I love Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn to death. I think they're fantastic comedic actors. But here, it feels as though anyone could have played their roles. Alright, now let's get to one of my bigger issues with the movie, and that is the male element. And look, I know about the wage gaps and the inequality between men and women and the male-driven nature of this society. And it's awful and it sucks because women are some of the best and most powerful people that we have in our lives today. But when it comes to these women empowerment films coming out around Mother's Day, the men are either crafted to be either really evil or just plain stupid. And Snatched does seem to follow that good old tradition about how horrible men can be. Look, men as a whole, we do a lot of really stupid things, let's be honest. But when it comes to film, I don't really like seeing our gender being thrown under the bus over and over and over again. It just gets on my nerves. But I digress. Look, I'm not saying this movie's terrible. It has a lot of enjoyable elements to it, number one being the entire supporting cast, and as a Mother's Day movie, I think it's just perfectly fine. And if you want to go see it at a matinee price and save yourself a few bucks. But for me personally, I still have to say, Snatched, stay in your shorts. Summer's just starting, but let's hope it gets better. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So have you already seen Snatched? And what did you think of it? More importantly, what is your favorite road trap kidnapping movie? Leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. And if you like what you've heard here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.